Philippines, people like Briani, Luis Belizon, they are all from Philippines. So come on, guys, tell me, where are you guys tuning in from? All right, Malo, Florida, USA. Wow, welcome. It's time for your net time, right? Come on, just give us 1.5 hours of your time. Stay focused with us. I guarantee you're gonna learn a lot of cool nuggets from us today. Okay, welcome Kuniko-san, all the way from California. Welcome everyone. Okay, guys, we have 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes, guys. You don't always get to listen to all these top leaders taking their precious time, 1 hour of their time, just to sit down there and share their experience with you. So what better way than getting your people tuning into Zoom, ask them to join at the comfort of their home, learn from at their comfort of their home. Just tune into our Zoom. All you got to do is just send the link to them and ask them to join us right away. In fact, when I was actually told by Gary that I'm supposed to host a session today, I was actually out. So I was thinking to tune in, while I was driving, because I have a full schedule today. But I purposely came back just to host this section, to be the co-host of today, to make sure everything runs smoothly. So all you can do for me, guys, just spam the link, flood the poster to your group chat, and ask your people to join us right away. My people are already here. So you will want your people to be here, because as you all know, Ray Tomo just achieved his 6A2-2. And for your information, guys, you've been hearing all these loud noises all the way from Norway, right? The entire Norway team is under Ray Tomo, guys. Don't you want to learn his secret tips, how he exploded his team in Norway? Come on, guys. I'm not sure about you, but I'm so excited. My people in Hanoi are already here. So if your people are not here, send them a reminder. Ask them to join us right now, because I guarantee you are going to learn a lot of tips from the speaker today. Okay, 2 minutes more, guys. 2 minutes more before I launch section. You do notice why I always give some time before I start the session. Some people might just got back, they are changing, turning on their laptop, connecting to the Wi-Fi. So I'm going to give the floor 2 more minutes, so at least you guys are ready, got your notes ready, so you guys can ready to rock the session together with us today. Thanks, brother, for the warm welcome. Oh, welcome Mitch from Perth, Australia. Trish, wow, we have a lot of people tuning from California today, all the way from USA. I believe USA now is it's about time for you guys to sleep, right? So it's so great to have you all together with us here today. Okay, we have Bayani, all the way from Davao, Philippines. Welcome, guys. All right, guys, 1 minute more till we start the session today. Okay, 1 minute more, guys. Okay, watching from we have people from Dubai today. Excellent, welcome, Radiant, all the way from Dubai. You guys, 1 more minute before I launch the section today. Are your people here yet? Make sure you send them a reminder, ask them to join us right now. Okay, 2:05, I'm gonna start the section. Many are tuning in on the FB. All right, guys, for the Facebook audience, I may not see you here, but welcome everyone from our Facebook audience. Welcome to our section, Interview with the Stars today. So great to have you all tuning in from Facebook. All right. Okay, 2:05. All right. I'm mark my words, I'm starting in right now. Okay, welcome everyone. For those that are tuning in from Facebook, welcome everyone tuning to our session today. My name is Jeffrey Leong. I'll be your co-host of today. I'm all the way from Malaysia. So my role today is very simple. Any question that you have that you want Ray to answer, just write it out on the chat box. I will have it captured. And before we end the session, I'll make sure I'll pass the session to Gary and have Ray answer the question for us. Secondly, that I'll be monitoring the entire Zoom section. So I would love if you guys can turn on your video camera. Let us look at your beautiful face. Let us look at your beautiful face. Make sure that you guys are here together with us. So turn on your camera. Okay, and and guys, are you all excited today? Every single month we are doing this session, interview with the stars. We are we need to personally, send the invitation to all these speakers to have their time slot in just for us, to provide a platform for them to share their knowledge for you guys. I'm not sure about you guys. If you guys are excited in the Facebook and in the Zoom, spam the number one, guys, before I invite my main host of the day. Spam the chat box number one so our speaker can feel the energy on the floor from you guys. Am I right? You know, the more energy you can give to the speaker, the more they can deliver to you. Okay? All right? Okay, guys. I'm going to pass the session to my host of the day. All right, Mr. Gary Gunn, over to you.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, let's all give a big round of applause to Jeffrey Leong. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. All right. So, guys, are you all ready to rock? You know what's the most interesting about today? Okay, here, before I get the man of the hour to share with you some of these tips, which I'll be interviewing him today, maybe let me just share a few tips of, you can call it motivation tips, inspiration tips, success tips, okay? You know, since yesterday, most of y'all, I'm very sure, would have known that the actual interview with the stars for today's show is actually supposed to be this man from all the way from Switzerland. His name is Roland H. All right. I'm not sure if I pronounce his name correctly, but it's Roland H. All right. And since yesterday, I've been trying to connect with him. I met him a few times in Japan as well as in Europe and America. Very nice guy. A lot of things that he knows that he can share. And I picked him for today's interview with the stars. However, since yesterday, I've been trying to connect with him, sending messages on Facebook. It doesn't go through. I've been calling, you know. Finally, right at the last hour, midnight, just before I go to bed, I told myself I better get this out of my head, because if not, how am I going to sleep not knowing whether he's going to show up tomorrow, right? So I sought the help of my very, very good friend. I'd like to give a big shout out, a big thank you to my very good friend all the way in LA, Kuniko-san. Thank you so much. Arigato gozaimasu. To help me somehow connect with Roland, because I can't find this guy, right? I don't have his cell number. I'm only connected to him on Facebook, and his Facebook account is not working, sending him message, not replying. So Kuniko-san managed to somehow send a Japanese email. Wow, I seriously don't know how to read it, but it's a Japanese email, went through to Gotaro-san in Germany, in Dusseldorf, and he connected with Sho-san, if I'm not mistaken, in Paris. And then somehow they connected to Roland, and Roland sent me a message, and on behalf of Roland, he want to tell all of y'all he's very sorry he's not able to make it today, not because of anything. His Facebook account was hacked. I think through that thing, a lot of other complications surfaced, and he had to go for a police report. I didn't know it's so serious as that. Maybe it's not just only Facebook. I think it has gone through a lot of other of his personal things. So Roland actually sent his message, his apology, to say that very sorry. He will make it up to you guys in the near future. I will reschedule that appointment, that interview with him. So stay tuned on that. Now, here's the second tip that I like to share with y'all. You see, today's entire session it looks like it's an interview with a star, and then last minute Roland can't make it. And today we have a very amazing speaker, Ray, which I'm very, very proud of, you know. Now, don't you think this is what happened in life as well? There are a lot of times we plan for something. We have so high hopes on something. A lot of people like why is it done at 2 p.m. today? Most of our interview with the star session is at 11 a.m. Malaysia time, Philippines time. But today is at 2 because we were trying to accommodate the timing of Roland, because he's in Switzerland. If I do it at 11, it's going to be some godforsaken hours early in the morning. I didn't want to stress him out, right? So we were so planned up, you know, I go through and forth with him, did a lot of trial, you know, touch base on all the questions and answer. Well, last minute, finally, things didn't work out. But you know what? Today we have an even more awesome speaker, Ray Tocmo, right? Who have just achieved his 682-2. So this is what I'm trying to say, guys. If you can really relay this back to life, I think life is like this. I think and I still remember when you know, I was so worked out, you know, yesterday night just before I slept, and then I was texting Kuniko-san. It was like, I mean, who won't worked out, right? We've blasted this whole information through the whole world. Everybody's seen it. Everybody expecting this person to show up, and then I'm not even getting a feedback, a response from him. But you know what? I always remember this, you know. And I learned this from Ken Honda, you know, the guy that talks about happy money. He says that just give thanks to whatever situation, even if it's something that you deem to be a negative thing, like you met with an accident, or there's a flood, or you got robbed, or you know, or in my situation, this guy is not responding, you know, is things are not going my way. All right. So you know what I do? Just before I go to bed, I just thank, you know, I thank the universe, and I just like, somehow, if you can imagine this, I took myself out of the driver's seat of the car and jumped on the passenger seat, because that car is a Tesla. It's a self-driving car, right? So this, but this doesn't work in Malaysia anyway. So that's what I do, and I want to share this with you guys, is because sometimes we just need to let go. Okay, that's why I came out with this saying: let it go, let it flow, let it go, let it go, let it flow. You know, I mean, can you imagine if I was so uptight with the whole scenario? I probably would not be able to sleep last night. And this morning, I still went for my morning walk in the forest, right? So, and everything went well, okay? So the second thing is this. The third, how many of y'all want to listen to the third bonus tips from this story? Give me a two. Give me a two if you want to hear this third bonus tip of this story, which is ultimately important for your life, for your business, for your career, for every single part of your life. Wow, I can see a lot of y'all want to hear this bonus tip number 3, right? Now, I also learned one very valuable idea from none other than my mentor, Ken Honda. And he says this, he says, in life, of course, making money is very important. Yeah, everybody is trying to make money, right? But in life, if you want to go far and you want to have a great life and you want to have more fulfillment, more peace in your life, he says, instead of trying to make more money, try to make more meaningful relationships. That's exactly what he said. And then I realized that one of the reasons why today, like in this case, I really want to salute my very good buddy Ray Tocmo, because it's the last hour. He could have 101 things to do, right, in his schedule, right? He's a busy guy. I'm telling you, this guy is really busy, right? So, but probably due to that relationship that we have built through the years, okay, I'm so proud, and I want to give a big shout out to him. He says, anytime for you, bro. Wow, that mean a lot to me, you know. That really mean a lot to me. So guys, this is a very clear example. Things may go right in your direction. Things may go wrong. There are days that things just don't work out. You know, you want to go left, it goes right. You want to go up, it goes down. Well, I mean, what can you do? You don't want it to rain, it rains. You want it to sun, it doesn't sun, right? So, but if through the years you have built out some very meaningful relationships, I believe this relationship will somehow carry you through times of need, times of urgency. So this is something I like to share. Before I invite the man of the hour, hopefully these 3 tips can give you all something to think about, especially in your business, in your life, and in your entire journey of this world. All right. So without further ado, guys, Let me call out the star of the day. Okay, but before I call him, let me just give you a quick introduction. I knew Ray easily 5 years back, right? Ray, I think easily is 5 years back. And Ray comes from a very beautiful part of Philippines. Let me tell you this, okay? It's the most southern part of Philippines called Mindanao, and in the capital where the current president of the Philippines come from. It's called Davao City. All right. And one thing I love about this place, every time I go there, the food is nice, amazing. They have one of the best fruits in the world. They even have durians, my favorite. Okay, and the beaches, okay, the islands, the beaches is simply amazing. All right, so this is the guy from this area of the Philippines, and I'm always very proud when I talk about the Filipinos because I always say this, and I still remember saying this. I said, if you want to conquer the world, just get the Filipinos. And I'm so blessed. I'm so happy because through my Filipino organization, it's gone all over the world. And yes, Jeffrey is really, really right. The entire Norway organization belongs to this amazing gentleman here, Ray Tocmo. So without further ado, guys, let's put our hands together and welcome Mr. Ray Tajora Tocmo. Yay!
Hello everyone. Thank you,
Hey,
Gary,
hi
for
Ray.
that.
Let me just add the spotlight for you. Yes. How are you, my brother?
I'm great. I'm great. I
Awesome.
believe everything happens for a reason, and I believe there is a reason why I'm here this afternoon. It's not supposedly my spot, right? But then here we are. So let's do it. Good
Yes.
afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in this part of the world. I'm happy to see you. For those watching in Facebook, welcome everyone. I hope I can give so much value for you today that you can say that my time was not wasted because I'm here today. I spent time with these leaders. I hope I can deliver that together with Gary and Jeffrey. Thank you, bro.
Awesome, Ray. First and foremost, before we go on, Ray, I'd like to first say a big, big congratulations on your great achievement lately for being our latest 6A2-2. How does it feel like to be at this rank after, you know what happened, your journey in the Philippines and the energetic Philippines going through, tsunami and all that? How do you feel finally achieving this rank? Tell us.
Actually, I'm very thankful to my team. Actually, it's a team effort. That's basically the fact about it. I did my part way back, build my part, which I will be sharing later to you today. But then everything just went as it is because we have paved the way, we have paid the price, we have done our part, and then thank thanks God for everything. I am a Christian, so everything is God's favor and blessing. That's why, of course, together with that, my upline, Bayani Stanislav is here. All the leaders all over, Filipino leaders, Filipino community outside, and we have here Maluf from Florida is part of this success. All my leaders, team, upline, mentors like you, Gary, are part of this success.
Awesome, awesome. Ray, let's start off by the how Star Wars works, right? Uh, once what was that? Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away. Okay, let's give the audience, let's give the people watching both on Zoom as well as on Facebook Live. Let's give them an idea of how was your early days in Energic, and what was your background before Energic? Okay.
Okay. I'll be turning 7 years this September in Inagic. But prior to that, after college, after the university life, I jumped right away into network marketing, direct selling. So since day one, after college, I did not apply for any job or whatsoever. I found myself in a direct selling industry. So prior to Inagic, I was like 10 years because I am 17 years in the direct selling now.
Wow.
I have a 10 years background from different companies, direct selling companies. So, and then Inagic got me. through my upline Bayani, and of course Raymond did the presentation to me. Then I found it amazing. Uh, During that time, maybe my first 10 years of network marketing was all like preparation. It's like all preparation for me to discover this amazing company in Magic. These are all preparation, the trial and error stage, the strategies that are not working, that were not working, those wrong concept of doing networking, those front loading thing. These things are just
Everybody goes through that, right?
the process, and then I found Enagic. So that was 2014 when Bayani shared to me this Enagic.
Awesome, awesome. And Ray, would you consider the 10 years of your experience before Enagic, was it very relevant? Was it very crucial to your success today in Enagic?
Yeah, I should say big part of my success was because of that experience way back, that 10 years, because it molded me, it built me for the skills that I need, the talking skills, the how to face people, how to, how to do how to do the closing. So those are the trainings that I got. But later I tell more about it. But let me just emphasize that during this time, my experience, my 10 years to sum it up, was not good because I ended up like having a debt of around 1 million pesos during that
Okay.
time, and then I'm struggling how to pay that. Meaning, during the time that Bayani discovered me was the time that I was like very, very desperate, in a desperate situation. Like the CIA says, desperate situation requires desperate actions, right? But good thing I found in Magic. So that's the teaser for a while before I'll go in that deeper.
Amazing. Ray, since you mentioned this point, I just want to highlight this to the viewers, both on Zoom and Facebook. Guys, you see, so many people that I've interviewed, especially the successful ones, um, there is one thing in common. The early days was not easy. So guys, if you are facing some really hardship now, and it's one of, probably Enagic is one of your first or second or third company, it's normal. See, people face a lot. You see, it's always the same common personality, common traits. People face hardships in the beginning and then they lose money. I lost a lot of money. He lost 1 million. I think I easily lost 2 million pesos, something like that. But the point is, it's not about whether you lose money or not, but because early days, you try whatever and you make mistakes. Be really okay with that mistakes. Be really okay with the challenges, okay? Because it's normal. And it is from all these mistakes, challenges, all these so-called failures that people become who they are today. The greatness shines after the pressure is being done. Okay, so thanks, Ray, for bringing this topic so that everybody knows that it's normal. Okay, if but the beautiful part in Enagic, you won't have to lose money. That's the good news. In Enagic, nobody lose money. You only make money, you don't lose money. Awesome. Okay. And Ray, coming back to this topic, how long then, with that 10 years of experience in network marketing, direct selling, how long did it take you to become a 6A? And how did you do it, you know? Yeah.
It took me 1 year. So I started doing the business September of 2014, and then I became 6A September the following year. So that's 2015.
Okay.
Maybe a sideline prior to continuing sharing about this journey to become 6A. I started with two accounts.
Ah,
So
okay.
maybe this is an important point. Why don't you start with 2 points instead of starting with 1A? If you are new to this, you have about to venture in this journey and then want to maximize the income. Why don't you start 2A instead of starting 1A? My point is, instead of getting 1 point at the very first two sales that you will have or you have, then why don't you start with two accounts. So I started that way. That is why I have two accounts now. Actually, my first account is 682-2 and my second account is 682. So I'm working on that two accounts. So my first account became 6A after 1 year, and then the second account became 6A after 1 year and 3 months, December. So that's my journey. As to how did I do it, it was very slow at the start because my first month is like level up R and it's e-payment, the installment plan. The commission is like 920 pesos or 840 pesos. I started that way. 20 months to pay, the Filipino context of getting machine is always most like 90%, 80% of the sale or 90% or like done in payment because uh, average people in the Philippines are, even though they can afford the cash, but they will tend to have to lend or to borrow borrow instead of full pay in cash. So
Payment.
I started that way. So my first month was one sale. Second month, second month another one machine, the DX2, I think that's the second machine, all installment. And then on the third month, I think two machines. And then on my fourth month, I found Pastora Test. That's my first 6A leader. And then I found Alkin Jumat. Then eventually Lovelia Mata, I found those leaders. And this leader is like big part of my 6A journey. So like I just made maybe 5 direct sales with my 6A and the rest was group sales. So that's the amazing thing there. So it's all about duplication, leveraging on the leaders. It's like you didn't need to sell the 100 machines by yourself, all by yourself, but you just need to find a few leaders who trust you, who want to journey with you, and then the rest of the sales will be coming from them also. That's that.
Ray, can I ask you a question? For your journey to go from 1A to 6A,
Yes.
how many of these people in your organization came from your previous network? Or were they all built from scratch? All are new network that you built?
Maybe if I try to assist my organization now,
Okay.
maybe most of my key leaders came from my previous network. So it's like we have been in the network before. We have like acquaintances, maybe not the same organization, but the same company.
Right.
But mostly now, all the news are like they came from. I don't know. I don't even know them. Like Pastora Test, I don't know Pastora Test.
Okay.
Lobelia Mata is my upline before in one of my direct selling company.
Okay.
So that's the story. And Alkin, one of my leaders, when I became 4A, that's Alkin Juma. So he is my downline way back in my network. So
Right.
maybe the takeaway here is as long as you maintain your integrity, you maintain your composure, whenever you jump from one company to another, your people, those leaders who are looking up at you, will once again bank their future in journeying with you with your new journey or your new company.
So would you say that building meaningful relationships along the way is very crucial to your success?
Yes, precisely, because network marketing is about relationship.
Yes.
People don't buy the product, people buy you.
That's exactly what all the successful people talks about, right? It's always about you. So you need to really build yourself. So I think what Ray says here is very crucial for especially new people, not just only new people, for everybody. Every time you want to make a decision, especially a decision that may sometimes compromise your integrity, sometimes may compromise your, how should I say, your story. Okay, because you don't forget, you've been building your story, you've been building your integrity through the years. Sometimes people just lose the entire work of building their integrity over some extra money. You know, maybe an opportunity to make a little bit more money, and all this integrity that they've built through the years is gone. So before you make some major decisions in the future, you may want to remember this story that Ray has talked to you, you know, because people really buy you. In Magic, yes, it's important, everything, but you is the first. Oh, all right, awesome. Thanks, Ray. Ray, tell us if I were to ask you, what are your three biggest factor to success? What would that be to you?
Can I give four, Gary?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Go
Uh,
ahead.
I have a notes here. I listed the
Okay,
I cannot compress it to three, but four maybe is enough.
that's good.
So of course, my first factor is my why. Uh, if your why doesn't make you cry, then it's not big enough. So that's my principle. So why are you doing this? Why are you in Enagic? The why behind the goal, the why behind the purpose why you're here. So it should be strong enough that even discouragement, some sharp edges will come. You will keep on moving forward because your why is big enough that any obstacle cannot hinder you to move forward. That's my first factor, or first, how do you call that?
Before you go on, Ray, let me go slightly deeper. What then is your why, Ray? What is your why in doing this business?
My why is my family, of course. I want to end poverty in my generation. That's my
Is
why.
it you've gone through some
Yeah,
journey of
I was born from maybe very poor family way back
wow,
high school, elementary. So we seldom eat three times a day with the staple food of the Philippine. Rice is the staple food.
right?
Sometimes we eat banana, sometimes we eat cassava, so those things.
Wow.
And uh, the normal people have their money for the recess time, for the break time, right? For the
Yep.
tea time. But I don't have that. But I have friends. I'm good in networking way back. So,
They
so by
shared they shared their food with you,
so they share food with me. I don't have. It's like in the Philippines, the famous is like the salt, right? We call it target because when you eat rice, you just target the salt, the grain of salt, and then that's it. So we have that journey before.
wow,
Uh,
amazing.
but God is good that we were raised by our parents. Our age maybe is we're like top of the class. I'm a valedictorian, so I went to college with all scholarship I have. So
Wow.
my why is I want to end poverty in my generation. That my generation come after me will no longer experience the same. So that's my why. And of course, my,
Amazing.
my wife right now, my family.
Amazing.
Behind that, it's a big word, freedom, after all. Freedom. The great life that we want. That's my why.
Right, right, right. And second,
Second, my second factor is paying the price. So
okay.
you have a big why, you have a deep why. Next question is, are you willing to pay the price? That's the next question. So price like all out massive action, price like not giving up, price like are you willing to do the things that others are not willing to do, right? So these are the things. Uh, can you afford to wake up during wee hours, during people are still sleeping, or even people are sleeping, and yet you are on the street driving way back home, or maybe doing your last demo? So that's paying the price. Maybe I should say the all-out massive action during my first 2 years of doing Enagic business. That was like the determining factor why I have this rank right now. I have these ranks right now with my accounts. I have these leaders right now because I paid the price. And third is all about leadership. So people will be attracted to you. First impression, yeah, yeah, that guy is good. Maybe they will be attracted to you. But what people will make stay with you is all about leadership. So, leadership in a sense that you are willing to develop leaders, bring those leaders to the next level, equip them. And the other side of that coin is I have also leaders who was with me at the very start of my journey, like until now, Bayani, Raymond, leaders like you, Gary, who are not tired of, let's do it, let's rock the world, simple words like that is very encouraging to keep us going despite any.
Just 1 minute, Ray. This leadership thing, do you think it can be learned, or it is inherent in certain people, or it can be learned? What
It
do you
can
think?
it can be learned. So no one is born a leader. That's why, so it can be learned along the way. From, of course, from your experience. Better you can learn it from the experiences of others, so that you cannot go through the pain, avoid going through the pain, all of that. So leadership, that's one thing, because if you will not develop that skill to that skill, people will be, your leaders can easily transfer to another group. They will find another leader. They will find another group because of that skill,
Yeah,
that leadership skill. And of course, within that leadership, it is like close to your goal is to duplicate yourself, right? So,
that's
not
true.
just you. You're not the superstar. Better if you're not. If you are the one that is not good in your entire organization, that would be better if those people under you are very good, and they will not find you anymore. They don't need you anymore. I have that. I have that. I
They
have
make
that.
they make you redundant, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
is redundant is good here in this business.
that's the happiest day of my life in this business, when people, not to the point that they don't need you, but to build their business. It's like your presence is yeah, you're right. It's like a redundant already, because they can do it themselves, without your maximum supervision. Just
I think Ray, you raise a very good point. Lately I just saw a video on Facebook, and it says that you are the problem to your business. And what he's trying to say is, he says a lot of people, because they try to be the best in everything, he says you don't need to be the best. Get the people to do it for you. That's called leverage. That's called duplication. So a lot of people are the problem to their own success. They try to, they try to push their people down so that they can always be in the limelight. It don't have to be that way. In our type of business, like what Ray says is very true. The more you become redundant, the better the more successful you become, because your business needs to run with or without you. Better is without you.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
amazing. Thanks for raising that up, Ray.
And the last, of course, but not the least, is all about God blessing me. It's all about God. So I am a believer that there is somebody up there so powerful that is uh, in control of everything. So some things we cannot control, like this pandemic, we can't control this one, but we can control our reaction, our response to it. But there is someone up there who, yeah, we do the hard work, we do the dirty works, but at the end of the day, it is God who bless the works of our hands. That's my point.
Right. And in fact, you are very right, Ray. Today's session is all about God's work. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
expecting Roland. A lot of people was expecting Roland, yeah. But you know what? The point is not about whether it's Roland or whether it's Ray. The point is, this is what is meant to be. Okay, so everything happens for a reason. there's no such thing as a good thing, a bad thing, this or that. It's just process of life. And enjoy the journey. Be happy about it. Learn about it. Appreciate whatever we have about it. And that's good. All right, awesome. Thanks, Ray. Ray, can you share with us, because this topic has always been brought up by a lot of people. A lot of us, especially because those days when I come into the business, we don't have internet marketing, Facebook, social media, and those kind of things. So everybody's so-called SOP, standard operating procedure, was Kangen is sharing water. Kangen give water. To extent, some of the people, they literally end up to become water delivery boys and girls. I want to ask you a question, Ray. How do you view this? Do you yourself give water? Do you share water? And is there an effective way to share water where people do not take advantage of you? Are you able to share on this point?
Sure. That was the system that was introduced to us at the very onset of this Synergy journey. So I did the same. The team did the same. So we have this 4 liter gallon containers for at the trunk of our cars. There's a water there, but maybe what I did is before I share the water, I made sure that those people who will be drinking the water were educated. Maybe that's the takeaway that I can share with you. They should know what they are drinking. So that's the point. So I don't share the water with people who don't have the idea what is Kangen anyway. What is Kangen water? So because they will not appreciate it if they don't know. So prior to giving them the water, my first thing is I have to do the demo with them. So the early days, and then I have a timetable like I will give you a water trial for 2 weeks, a month, the longest, and then after that, no more. So it's up to you if you want to take the water or to have that water or stop it if you want to buy. So most likely the normal tendency is people will find a way because in the Philippines, right, there is what we call e-payment. You can pay the machine at 25% and then the remaining you can pay it in 16, 20 months. Before when we started, it's like 20 months. So that is why people can afford. They will find a way to raise the down payment, the 25%, and the rest issue post-dated checks and then got the machine. So that's what happened. We cannot deny the fact that water is very effective. I don't want to emphasize it too much, but for those who have experienced it, you will really say that water works. That's the thing. That's it. And then if people just can't take the water, but put put a limit on it. It's like a deadline, a timetable, because they call it in the US. They call it the puppy dog marketing. So it's like you give something
What do they call it, Ray?
puppy dog marketing.
Oh, puppy dog marketing.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the puppy they leave this puppy to the prospect future owner, and then after 1 month I'll get back and then get the puppy, and then since those people have attached themselves so much to that puppy, instead of returning it to the owner, they will buy it. So that's our water. You can capitalize on that. The puppy dog marketing approach.
Awesome.
Really effective.
Fantastic. And Ray, tell us, especially now during the pandemic era, lockdown, social distancing, do you and your team still do this water sharing?
Right now, not too much, but the Norway group is doing that.
Okay.
I saw them uh, giving the dextrose bag with water sharing. But I think their way is like picking up. They allow people to pick it up somewhere if and
Right.
then. But in the like here in Davao City, so far we're not doing it anymore. In my office, I have like 1 week trial. You can drop by, and after that, no more. So we don't, because nowadays we just send the video. We just send the 10-minute video for 10 minutes video demo. So there's no way to give
Are,
the.
are, are you able to still sell the machine without actually giving the water? Are there cases where you can do that?
Yeah, because the good thing about this, it's like when we started Inagic in the Philippines, it's like we are paving the way. It's like nobody knows it, little people know about it. But right now, it's like the good thing is people are looking for where can I buy this machine, and then if they can remember that you can see you in Facebook that you are the one distributing or selling it, then they might contact you. So like 2 weeks ago, without even a demo, just are saying that this water is very good for your family, people will buy. It's not that hard nowadays to sell the machine because
Yes.
people are like becoming more educated month after month, month after month.
And the fact that now so many so-called five-star or A-star celebrities in the Philippines are using this water, is drinking this water, it's even more easier. You know, people like Coco Martin, Bia Alonso, Angel Locsin, Boy Abunda. Yeah, so all these names actually is very helpful for me, especially when I meet Filipinos in Malaysia. You know, I don't speak Tagalog, but I think the names that I bring out, these type of names will really capture their attention. You know, that's also some ways I actually open the door to share with them on Kangen. Yeah,
Because
you're right. You're right, Ray. It's so much easier to talk about Kangen today. Yeah. Ray, tell us. I know you and Bernard, one of your strong leaders in the Philippines. You are one of the first that actually introduced internet marketing, and that's how I believe Marlo from Florida actually got involved with Energic, with Kangen through the internet marketing. Am I right, Marlo? Yeah, I heard that you all got her from the internet. So you guys are like the pros. I'm not an internet person, although I got a lot of people doing it now. Tell me, what do you think about the internet marketing and all these new rising stars that uses the internet to break speed records in Energic? And is this a realistic tool in our Energic business right now?
I believe it is, especially during this pandemic, because we were limited to, we cannot go to anybody's house just as we wanted before, as easy as before. It's like you will always ask, is it okay? And most of the time, people will not allow you because, like me, like both of us, me and my wife, Jinsel, even family friends, we're not allowing to come at our like home because we're so particular with this virus. So our old school of doing in magic business basically it's like totally cut off, not totally but maybe 99% of it was cut off because before we're doing like 3 to 5 demos a day when we started, and we do one-on-one demos. So buy all this bottle water, different brands of water, do the demo, put some 4-liter container with Kangen water, and then after the demo, give them away that water, and then they will call after. So that's the thing. So actually, bro, I am not as techy as my leader Bernard Wella and the team. So the point is, if I will rate myself when it comes to online marketing skill, it's like I am 10 being the highest, 1 to 10. Am I like 4 or 3?
Oh.
But the good thing is I have leaders under me like Bernard Wella, the team. The team right now is going crazy with the YouTube marketing, Google ads and all. And then Bernard is actually the one teaching me how to do that. Can you imagine? My leader, he's teaching the upline, to do, encouraging me to apply. You can start Google Ads paying 200, 300 a day for your ads and then like that. So maybe my point is lucky me. Lucky me, I have leaders like this. So that's the good thing about this industry. You don't need to be good. All you have to do is to find these good people in that area. Actually, prior to pandemic, Bernard Wella is already doing. It's like when he first started with Enagic, that's his his main platform. Maybe aside from, of course, doing it the offline demo thing. His platform is really the social media marketing or the Google, the YouTube, and all. And then right now, I think Bernard is his group is very right enough
Wow.
because he's trying to hit 6A this month, latest next month. So, and then they have all these leaders, newbies, as young as 22 years old, to doing the online marketing thing. And I believe it's a great factor. Because can you imagine before we can only have like if doing it one on one, we can only have like 3 people being educated in one day, right? If we do 5 demos, so
Yes.
we can only educate 5 families in one day. That's the maximum.
Right.
Because we travel like 5 hours, 4 hours, sometimes 7 hours just to do a demo. Can you imagine? And now doing like this, you can do a live streaming, you can do a broadcast, you can do Zoom meeting, and then you can share to hundreds, if not thousands of people watching either live or what. So actually the online marketing I think is a game changer. So
Yes.
it makes us a little bit easier. Maybe the downside is people are not very attached to each other because it's like yeah, but as to marketing side, it's a very good platform, right? I believe.
So would you recommend Ray for the new people, especially now during the pandemic era? Do you recommend people to really either study into going into social media marketing, internet marketing, or collaborating with people who knows how to do this business?
Precisely, yes. So maybe I'll make a balance.
Right.
Sometimes we say that it's the online marketing, but I should say it's always a balance. Still, lots of people, especially in the Philippine context, before giving up or before shelling out money for that 201,000, 246,000, they want like a very personal attachment. Like they're afraid of just send your payment to Inagic account, then the machine will go to your house. 200,000 in the Philippines is a huge money that the old school in the Philippines, they need to see the people who will receive their money, who will be the person like that, something like that. So that's precisely. So
Right.
it's a balance. If you can still do it. There's an avenue to do it and do the offline marketing, but on the side, you don't want to be left behind, right? So it's all about maybe this online marketing thing is an innovation. Remember, how do you call that? Nokia. They don't do something stupid or something wrong, but they just fail to innovate.
Change. They fail to change.
Yes, yes. So maybe on the side while doing this same same tricks that you are effective. So there's a line that if it's working, why fix, right? So if it's not broken, why fix? But I should say, while it's working, why don't you on the side learn new tricks so you can cope up with the change, the innovation.
I think Ray, the idea is, to me, how I like to describe internet marketing is, it is so apparent now that everybody's eyeballs are on either the phone, the iPad, or the laptop most of the time.
Yeah.
In fact, studies have shown, I think people spend easily 2 to 4 hours a day accumulated just watching the screen, just watching the screen, 4, or maybe even more. I don't know. So,
Agree.
yeah, so,
I think maybe social media is a very good platform to
yes,
let your friends, your
yes,
family, or everybody knows that
yes,
you are in Kangen business.
that's true.
The moment the moment will come that they will want it. Maybe it's not
Yes,
through your convincing, not through your education, but somebody will tell them that has authority over them to buy the machine. They will remember that you are the one selling. So that
exactly. like like what Daniel Dimacali talked about just few days ago. He says you don't even need to convince people, because sooner or later people are going to know how good this water is and people are going to buy.
Yeah.
Your role right now, guys, especially the new people, if you are listening to this, your role right now is to tell the whole world that you have this product, that you are distributing this product, that you are marketing this product, because when people want to buy, there are thousand and one people to buy it from. You know, in Egypt, there's no exclusive distributorship, right? So at least those people that knows you, if they want to buy, they will call you. So the least you can do is go to the social media, like what Ray and his team, Bernard and the team is doing. Spend some money, at least probably, I don't know, $100, $200 a day, a month or something, and just tell the world that you are doing that you are doing in Egypt, that you, if they want to buy it from you, you are carrying this product. That's the least that you can do,
Yeah.
right? Amazing, amazing. And the last thing I like to add on this internet marketing is, you know, like what Ray said is very true. It's so difficult now to get into somebody's house. I mean, can you imagine his own family member cannot come to his own house right now, right? But you know what? If you are marketing it through the social media, through Facebook and all this, you literally can get into people's house, not only into people's house, into people's bedroom, just as easy, because they will be watching this in their bedroom, right? They'll be even seeing you. And yeah, this is the best way. You can you imagine your neighbor, your immediate neighbor would not even buy the Kangen machine from you physically, because you are the neighbor, because they don't know that you are doing, maybe you didn't talk to them, but they may end up buying from somebody thousand of miles from somewhere else because of the internet. So you really, really need to look at this as one of your marketing medium, one of your marketing tool. Okay, you may not know how to do it. Either go and learn how to do it or collaborate with people who knows how to do it. Awesome. Thanks. Thank you, Raymond. So Ray, so much for sharing that part. The next thing that I like to ask you is, now, just, I mean, this is a hypothetical question. People can't do it, but we would like to know. You know, sometimes if we get a chance to, like Michael J. Fox in the movie Back to the Future, if you have a chance to go back 7 years ago when you started, with everything that you know right now, okay, with everything that you know right now, you can see how that future went 7 years later. What would you have done differently? Will there be anything you will have done differently, so that probably you are not a 6822 now, you are probably a 6825 now? You know, is there anything you will do differently, Ray?
One thing or two in mind is maybe for sure build more leaders. Would you believe that I only built like 7 legs with my two accounts? I have 3 legs with my main account, and I have 4 legs with my second account. And during pandemic, out of that 7 legs, only 2 legs or lanes are giving me income. Those 2 legs only. So can you imagine
Wow.
if I have like built 20 legs? I should have doubled or tripled, or even speed up my rank up because I have more leaders. So build and help more leaders and keep the momentum going. So one thing we need to consider in this business is when we lose the momentum of our group, it's so hard to just click in a moment, restore that momentum. It will take you years, 2 years, 3 years, maybe to, So maybe my idea is if I can go back, because at some point in the Philippines, 2016, when I became 6A, I was like, my team in the Philippines, like the number one 6A producer in the entire Philippines,
Wow.
for like first 3 quarters or 2 quarters in a row. That's my, and then I want to keep that momentum if I can go back. Because at some point, the name tsunami came and all. So it's, remember, the rise and fall of our organization will always go back to our leadership. It's all about us, not about the leaders under us, not about your upline. It's all about us. So that's what I learned from John
Right.
Maxwell. It's the rise and fall of your organization is all about you, not to anyone else.
Amazing. And I think Ray, you brought up a very good point here. So guys, what we are saying is, sometimes it's always the same case, when we when we look back and say how good if we can do a little bit more, how good if we can have a little bit more. So today, before you end your day, you may want to consider, have I made one more call? Have I seen one more person? Have I done one more advertising? Have I spent one more time learning something? Have I read one more page of a book? Because all this one more could be a big change. That there's this graph that little one more is just a one more thing, right? One more thing is small, but that one more done on a daily basis in 365 days can be a big, huge results when you actually look back, like what I've been asking Ray just now. So yeah, Ray, thanks for highlighting that part about the number of leaders, which is so important because I mean, can you imagine with only 2 lines, you're already having this result right now, right? But can you imagine if you have 10 times of that, or 5 times, or even twice of that, your income can be so much more different, right? It's amazing. Awesome. Ray, there are a lot of people who ask this question, and the answers that a lot of leaders gives are very different. I want to know from your point of view. There are a lot of people who says that, hey, Ray, you know what? I come from the MLM of supplements or skincare, where every day people need to eat, every month they need to buy. And there's this thing called auto ship. But your product is a one-time purchase, and this machine, like what you say, they like to always point it back at you. Like what you say, this machine will last you a lifetime, 15, 25 years. So where is the where is the repeat sale? So they tend to claim that this company has no repeat sale. What's your opinion on that statement?
My opinion on that is like if that's the case, Apple should have closed decades ago, right? Or years ago, because cell phone will last 10 years, 5 years also. But then the point is people are not contented with the current. So my point is if they have the JR4 now or the ST501, like in our group right now under Bernard Duella's group, people are upgrading to K8 already. So that's the repeat purchase, right? It's like it's the same thing. You have iPhone 11 way back, now you have iPhone 13 or what? The next year when the iPhone 14 will come out, what will happen? You will also upgrade, right? So don't forget the word upgrade. Even if television, this type
Right.
of things, there's always an upgrade. So you can that's the psychology of people. Like same with vehicles, right? You have the latest model last year, then here comes the latest model now. So you will upgrade even if your pickup, your SUV is new, yet you want to, the status
Right.
symbol thing. We can
Yeah.
capitalize on
I
that.
mean,
Not oh, yeah, okay, get it.
yeah. You raise a very good point. If things like this, that means car company, television company, air condition company, they will close shop because got no repeat sale, right?
Yes, that's the point. But
Uh,
people are want the latest one.
yes.
That's the trend. I want the latest model. I want to upgrade. So these are the people who are market.
Right.
And
And yeah.
I always say it this Gary during my presentation because people will say, what if the market will become saturated? Like people already bought the machine. What if something like that? And there's no repeat purchase as what we say. The good thing is, I think every day there are lots of people who are getting married, transferred to a new house or home, than people who are having household who are having machine, right? So you cannot the people buying the machine cannot overtake these people who are transferring to a new home, new household. So there's no such thing as saturation or no repeat sales because there's always a market.
That's true. Ray, I have a different way of telling people. My response to people is, I said, I hope I can saturate the whole world market. I'll be richer than Bill Gates. how can you finish? How can you finish the world market, right? and then,
Not, not to mention, not to mention, Gary, we have products for those people out there. We have
yes,
products like Okon, Okon
yes,
tea, Okon capsule. We
yes,
have Okon soap, and of course, we
right,
have the Anespa and the E8PA card.
yes,
Not to mention the consumables, the high grade filter.
that's
There's
true.
income in high grade filter that you have to know.
That's
So,
true.
so
And I think a lot of people have this wrong conception about repeat sales, as in the supplement or the facial cream or the juice. They don't realize that the value of this repeat sale product is so small. If it's compared to Energic, it's probably 4 years effort, one effort including equivalent to 4 years effort. So can you imagine, in these 4 years, if your so-called repeat sale customer drops off, you have nothing. It's zero already. So here is a big difference. That's why people need to come and get educated about this notion about repeat sale. Why want to have repeat sale when you can have a sale that already covers 4 years of your repeat sale? That's a big difference over there, right? Yeah,
yeah,
thanks Ray for stressing that out. Okay, Ray, there's another question a lot of people likes to ask. They said, imagine Ray, I'm a stranger, or I'm a old friend of yours. Okay, old friend of yours, not met you a long time. And I ask you a question, Ray, what do you do? How do you actually introduce yourself to be connected with Magic? Like, hey, brother Ray, long time no see. Hey, what are you doing now? So how's your response to that?
I always introduce myself like I'm a businessman. I'm into business, and then I added I'm a true health ambassador. So that's how I call myself, a true health ambassador.
Wow.
So people will be curious about why you call yourself a true health ambassador, because I have this a product distributed by this company who has this vision to transform the world, one family at a time, introducing this true health philosophy. So that's how I introduce myself, Kai.
I see. Would you start introducing Energic from a product point of view or a business point of view?
Funny thing about me is I joined Enagic not because of the product. Remember, I was very desperate. I'm in need financially. That is why I joined Enagic. Even if I don't have money that time when I joined Enagic, I borrowed the down payment of my first machine from my wife, and then Bayani sponsored me the down payment of my Level Up R. So that's the story behind. So it's all about the business actually. So every time I share I even if I emphasize on the product first, but I always make sure that people will always know that there is business behind that product. So that's my advocacy.
Awesome. Ray, you just brought up a very good point here. Guys, this is again what I'm trying to tell you. When people tell you they don't have money, don't believe them. It's BS. If you want to know what's the meaning of BS, ask Dr. Google, okay? There's no such thing as no money. Look, Ray, our brother Ray, Dash 2 today, has got no money when he started. So, no money, what's the big deal? You won't die because you have no money. He borrowed. So, what's the big deal borrowing money to start a business? Okay, so when people tell you, oh, sorry, Malu, I can't join you. Oh, sorry, Malu, I can't buy this. Or why no money? Don't believe them. Don't take it personally. Don't like, oh, wow, you really know. No, 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 no. Usually if they want something, they will find a way to do it. Okay, there are financing options. There are people who are willing to support you. There are people willing to invest in you. All right. So yeah, thanks Ray for bringing and be the example for this point. You are truly amazing.
It's all
Awesome.
about when you're into the business, it's all
Yeah.
about the ROI, right? It's all about the return on investment. What can I get out of it? It's not about how much money you put on it. It's how much will you be getting out of it
Yes.
after investing. So that's my principle when it comes to business. So
Excellent.
capital actually is not an issue if you really want to do it. It's about what can I get if I involve? What can I get if I engage? So is it worth it? Is it worth my time? So these are the questions.
Fantastic. Very, very straight to the point. Thanks, Ray. Ray, what do you think are some skills required in our business in Energic? Are there any particular skills you require people to really be good at to succeed in this business?
Before, I am a fan of Eric Wardy, Gary. So I train with Eric Wardy.
Wow.
I do GoPro. I am a fan of him. Before,
Wow.
we are advised to learn seven skills, right? We need to do prospecting, inviting, closing, sharing, follow up, how to get people started and then promote events. These are the seven skills. But because of the social media, era right now,
Right.
I reduce it to the skills that you really need to learn this time is just prospecting. That's the first. Second is you need to learn the inviting. Then follow up, of course, you have to be very good in follow up because expert says fortune is in the follow up, right? So, and then the one of the most important skill that you should be developing this time is this fourth. You should be very good in promoting events. So
Wow.
that's the one skill that I am encouraging each one because there is a magic in events like this, like when you see people very successful talking about something, there's a magic in it. So we should be very good in promoting events. And then this last two is social media skills, of course. That's part of it now because of this pandemic. And the last one is leadership. That I believe are the key. So forget about how to present. You can send them videos that have speakers that are very good. Forget about the closing. Just promote the event. Let Gary Gunn close the sale for you, right? So all you need to do is invite, prospect, and promote events, and let the event close that. And then, of course, you have to do the follow up. Of
I
course, you
think
have to start with prospects.
yeah. I think Ray, you brought up a very good point here because I through my experience and my talks all over, I always tell people network marketing is a very different breed of animal compared to, let's say, pure sales. You see, in a lot of selling, company, a lot of selling activities, they only highlight the skill of selling to be good at marketing. The reason why in all of this organization they don't talk so much about events is because most of this doesn't have that what we call as the like in network marketing you actually benefit from your network's effort. Okay, so the real money, guys, seriously, the real money in network marketing that you should be making, okay, and I want to make this very clear. In network marketing like Energic, the real money you should be making should be on overriding income. If you are still making the direct sale income, not to say it's not good. I know Cynthia does a lot of it and she's making, but don't forget 90% of her income still comes from her overriding sales from the team effort. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is your gauge to success in your Energic business, to be very specific, is the amount that you are making from your overriding bonuses. So that's the reason why Ray just now brought up a very good point, which a lot of people, especially those that I know, they are very good in sales. They are very good in sales. They are very hardworking people. They are very aggressive people. They come into the Energic business and all they focus is on selling. prospecting, selling, but they forgot that very important point, which will lead them to the ultimate aim of network marketing, which is the great life, the freedom that requires the overriding bonus, that requires the passive income. That one you cannot build by selling. That one you can only build by duplicating the system to your people. And that way needs to be through events. Okay, that's why in any network marketing organization, whether it's Energic, whether it's Herbalife, whether it's Amway, whether it's New Skin or whatever company that you have heard of out there, they focus a lot on trainings and events, training and events. So if you find yourself not able to bring people to events, and you, very simple, if you find yourself not able to bring people to events and none of your people are going to the events, all you need to do is just look at your bank account. You trust me on this. You just need to look at your bank account, and then you equate them with how many of your people are actually attending some form of this duplication event. It's very important, guys. Seriously. Okay, I'm going to repeat this once again. It is very important because ultimately your success in Energic will depend on how much overriding bonus you are going to make from this company. Thanks, Ray. Thanks for highlighting that very, very important point. All right. And what do you think, Ray, since you have 10 years of experience in the direct selling and network marketing industry before you joined Energic, and I know you have a very good story to share because you have been through the Energic tsunami in the Philippines, right? So this point is very, very popular. I want to ask you a question. What do you think Energic as a company and the founder, Mr. and Mrs. Soshiro, how is this company so different from what you have heard of, what you have been doing before this?
The first thing is Inagic is a rock solid company, 46, 47 years old. How come I just known this company like 7 years, 6 years. It's already 47, 46 years old. So that's the first thing. That's the difference. They have this 47 years of experience. Usually when I learn about what I learn about business, unless the stability period is like around 5 or 7 years. So that's the test of time a company, a startup will go through before they can say, yeah, I'm okay, it's 10 years maybe. But this company is a 47 years old. And if you try to see the market penetration of the company, it's only 0.5%. Can you imagine the potential? So I've learned this from a training of Daniel DeMacali. Uh, the company is not even in the momentum stage. Momentum stage is when the company hits 3% of the market. So right now we are like 0.5%. Can you imagine if you can establish as early as now your network, your organization, and when the time comes, when the company hits 3%, can you imagine if like 1% of the population of your country will buy under your organization? And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of residual income out there. So that's the product itself. So it's like it's a perfect company, not in the sense that it's perfect, but can you imagine it's a very rare opportunity to be part in a company where the product is very good, it's super product, no competition. The comp plan is amazing. By the way, by my background is I am an applied math from one of the actually the top university in the Philippines, UP. So can you? There's no such thing as 8-point compensation plan. That's amazing compensation. Like the one machine commission is like a 4 years repeat purchase sales from other company, right? So the monthly maintenance. So that's amazing. No maintenance, no their ranking. You will not be demoted. Uh, I was like during tsunami, I paused. I paused for a while for a reason to survive my business, my company. But when I activated after some time, a year and a half, my rank is still the same. I'm 6'8", you know, and then there's no company as that, and then you don't need to buy so much product. If you try to compare it, if you're in a company where you need to buy 10,000 pesos or maybe $200 a month of supply for you to maintain your PV or whatsoever. Can you imagine 10,000 a month in 1 year? You have spent 120,000 in 2 years time, 240,000 already, and then the machine is just 200,000, and it will last you 15 to 25 years. So that's the difference. And of course, the heart of the owner. Even though a few times I have met the owner personally during big events, one in Singapore, one in the Manila. But then their vision, the vision speaks itself. It's like sharing true help to the world with compassion. That's what I like. One family at a time. So it's pro life. It's changing one life at a time, one family at a time, and then the heartbeat of the owner, the company. I salute to this couple, Mr. Oshiro. So that's the reason why I'm in Magic.
Amazing, amazing, Ray. You just now raised a very good point, especially the 8 point there. I always tell people this. I said, I mean, if you really think about this, the company can give 8 point, but for the, let's say for US distributor, 1 point is 285. Um, he can easily just give $100 and people will still sell. Anyway, it's a good product, right? He can give $50 1 point, 50, and 400 US dollars paid out. People will still sell. But why does he want to give up to 70% or 57% on the 8 points? That speaks a lot on the heartbeat of the company. It's not just only a tagline, change your water, change your line. Not just only a tagline, true health to the world. Not just only a tagline, true health with compassion, but really demonstrated by the action of the company through the compensation plan. I always say that if Energic is one of your or is your first company, you really need to thank the lucky star, because I'm very sure somebody like Ray and myself have been through what I call hell, right? We have seen some MLM companies, like, why did even we get involved with those companies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we really need to not only thank the lucky star, but do ourselves a favor by sharing this amazing opportunity to as many people as possible.
And
Yeah,
not,
thanks,
not,
Ray.
and not, and not to mention, Gary, the career path of Enagic. Of
Yes.
course, Gary can speak better than me on that side because he's there already. Uh, can you imagine the company is giving you monthly bonus on top of
Crazy.
all this overriding commission and all?
I mean,
Uh,
it's like you know, especially more so, you are very true, you know, Ray, and during this pandemic time, where you always hear a lot of, you know, people going through challenging times, you know, people having, you know, lost their jobs, their business in problem, and here we are having our bonuses bigger and bigger, and the company still pays. I mean, the company can just say, you know, oh, it's pandemic, you know, we plan to reduce or whatever, you know, any reason to reduce. And I'm very sure that a lot of companies, other companies that will want to do that because, you know, they are also fearful. But not here. I'm still receiving my six-figure income. I mean, can you imagine on a monthly basis? Wow. Sometimes we really need to thank our lucky star, you know. And Ray during the pandemic time become a 682-3. Can you imagine that? So
yeah,
Ray, this month you're going to see big bonus coming to your bank account. Kaching,
yeah,
kaching.
yeah.
Okay.
Excited for my upline.
Yeah. Okay, Ray. How do can I ask you a question on behalf of new people? Okay, this is really new people. How do you generally get new leads and prospects for your business?
Usually, uh, the most effective way of doing marketing is the principle called oikos. It's like OIKOS. It's like a friend of your friend. It's like family and then their referrals. Nowadays, it's maybe social media. You can get leads there, but I'm still doing the referral thing. It's like when I close somebody to be part of the journey, part of Enagic, want to have the machine, I always ask, can you give me some referrals who you think want this machine or want this business? I always like that. Even if they're not part of the Enagic still, like right now, my drive is on the ANESPA. I'm in a massive educational campaign about the ANESPA because I wanted to be part of every, you know, those people who have shower, of course. so so I ask referrals. I ask around, even if they're not part of Enagic, I'm asking referrals. Don't
Right.
don't end when somebody said no to you. You can always get some referrals out of the no's you have from those people. It's like even if she or he said no to you, then maybe your last thing that this last thing that you should be doing is can you lead me or can you guide me to somebody who wants this product, who you think want this product, who you think want this business. For sure, they know somebody.
Yeah, I think Ray, you just mentioned a very good point here. If you have this mindset that anybody can refer to you, the whole world is your sales personnel, right?
Yes.
The whole world is your sales personnel. And I think when you ask for referral, there is no feeling of commitment. Of course, yeah, you don't expect them to commit, but you never know. They may just
Yes.
know of somebody who needs your product, who wants your product. They may know somebody who wants to make money from your business. And it's just like I still remember yesterday I was talking with one of my old school friend who is also one of my Kangen member. And after talking, then he just said, "Hey, you know what, Gary? Just to let you know on a separate note, I managed to get a distribution rights for nitrile gloves. You know, the gloves nowadays, a lot of people are buying these gloves, due to the COVID, He said, I got these gloves. No, so do you think he's selling to me or do you think he is pressuring me to buy something? No, he's just letting me know that he has this. In case I know somebody needs it, I will refer to him. So
Yes.
it's the same like how you can also do it for your Kangen business. And you don't need to feel pressure. Like I can see Jason Ong is right now watching our live Zoom video. You can easily call all your friends and this one is not about buying, it's not, you don't have to call them and say, hey, you know what, I'm doing Kangen, do you want to buy from me? Sometimes these words are very sensitive. You say, hey, do you want to buy from me? Then the next thing you know is, hello, they hang up the phone. But if you say, hey, you know what, Jason, just to let you know, I am now having the distribution rights of this amazing water technology that actually can act as a sanitizer also. If you know anybody who wants it, let me know. There
Yeah.
is no pressure in that, and it's so nice. And what you are doing is you are sending out the message to the world that I'm doing Kangen. I am literally marketing this product, great product. If you know anybody who wants it, call me. I'm the man to look for. Simple. Yeah, so that's a very good way, Ray.
And you can add like I can give you extra, 10,000 pesos if you can refer me somebody. Yeah.
Wow. And especially I think Ray, this method will be very effective right now.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody needs this, right?
Somebody I can give you extra 10,000 if you can. They don't even know that you're getting 96,000 or 72,000 out of that machine, and then you give them 10,000. That's extra without them spending to buy the machine. Then it's a win-win.
I mean, guys, seriously, in business, every business advertise. So now you can literally treat every single one of the people around you to be your billboard, your advertisement signage, your banners, your bunting. And what better than to incentivize them, like what Ray says, give them something. I mean, everybody, especially now, people all need this. You know, not only you are giving them money, you are also helping them. They need this anyway, right?
If you are
Awesome.
if you are 6A or 5A, you can do some tricks like what Bernard Vela, I'm pitching Bernard Vela to do some, marketing skills. Bernard, tell your client to refer 5 Anespa and then you will give them 1 Anespa for them. It's like, so if you're getting how much how much per machine, if you're a 5A, 4A, then you're getting, and then out of five, you can
Why not?
buy the Anespa for that one, essentially.
Yeah. Amazing. Thanks. Thanks, Ray, for that heads up, man. Uh, okay, Ray. Last but not least, some of the questions that I have here. My last question for you here is, what is your reply when someone said that the Kangen machine is expensive?
That's a very common question, or should I say, a rejection, because people say it's expensive. But if you can find a way to present the machine the way that it's not an expense, actually, it's an investment for the health of the family. And then if by doing so they can save money every single day, do you think if you're saving money, you can call it expense? I don't think so, right? And then can you and then I do the breaking down of computation. So they've been doing it already. They're buying bottled water. They're buying purified water every single day. For how long? It's up to eternity, right? As long as they're living, and yet they're not healthy. To be honest about it, right? Because of what we know about these things.
Right.
If you can compare, if you have this machine, you will not use this anymore. You will not buy sanitizer. You will not buy degreaser. You will not buy conditioner. You will not buy, you know if you can break down, and then to the point that if you have this machine, it's like you are investing 35 pesos for the next 20 years, and then you can enjoy the machine 5 or 10 years more compared to just spending money without any health contribution. That's a very different way of presenting the product. And then to seal the deal, what if this is your line, Gary? What if you can convert this Kangen water machine into a money making machine? Is that is that expensive, or what? So
That's
that's
true. That's true.
that's the
I
point.
think, yeah, I think Ray, what you brought up is a very good point here, is that ultimately, yesterday I was having dinner with my family, and suddenly my children, can you imagine, my daughters, 13 years old, 10 years old, they're asking me this question. They said, Daddy, how do you define expensive? Can you imagine coming from kids, because to them, let's say we talk about US dollars, to them, 3,000 US dollars is expensive. So, but I told them, I said, actually, how do you define expensive? Expensive is if in your head, you have already a perceived value. That means if, let's say, this thing is supposed to be $1 and it's sold for $200 of the same thing, everything the same, that is expensive. But if this is supposed to be $100 and you can get it for $20, then this is super cheap. So everything, whether it's expensive or cheap, actually there is a perceived value in the person's head. Nobody walks into a Mercedes showroom and asks, why is the car so expensive? Nobody, because the moment when they walk into that showroom, they expect it to be expensive. I mean, they won't call it expensive. In fact, some of them even call it cheap, because probably there's a sale that's going on there. But just like you walk into a Hermes, a LV, a Louis Vuitton shop, you don't expensive a bag that will only be $20 or $50, So everybody has that expectation. What Ray has just tell you that's really good is, make sure that expectation, that perceived value is changed. Make sure you change the picture in the head. Because the moment you change the picture in the head, then the price become a non-issue. But until you change that perception in the head, that picture in the head, the price will always be an issue. Even if you bring it down to $2,000, they will still say it's expensive because of that perceived value, you know.
It's
So
all
wow,
it's all about a buy will happen, a sale will happen if the value exceeds the price. It's always
price.
like that, right? So if
Yes,
you have, that's why that's our role. It's to educate people about it. That's what where we get money, right? By educating people. We are not just salesmen. We're not just marketers. We're educators. That's why we're ambassadors.
that's true. That's true.
We educate them. We let them see the value. When they see the value,
Yeah.
price will never be an issue. So that's the
I
thing.
mean, the other point that maybe for the new people that is watching this, the other point that you can think of is uh, Kangen water, or in this matter, water is something you have to use forever. It is not something that you use for only a year, 10 years or something like no. It's forever, right? So if you were to work out the cost back to only $1 a day, $1 a day, would you consider that expensive? So the problem with a lot of people is they saw the $5,000 or they saw the $4,000 and they think it's expensive. But 4,000, you don't use it in one shot. It's not like you pour a tea for $4,000 and you drink it one shot and that's it. This $4,000, you're going to use it for the next 10, 15, 20, whatever the number of years. So let's just work out to be $1 a day for your entire family. Is that expensive? And then you start showing them the facts, right?
Prior, let me give the people a concrete example, bro. Prior to joining Enagic, having the Enagic machine, I am a very, uh, fan of drinking soda. It's like soda after breakfast, soda after lunch because I travel a lot, soda after dinner, in between snacks, I'm drinking soda. And after being educated with the Kangen, I literally dropped soda for 7 years now. So can you imagine if I'm drinking 300, 335 or 355 ml of soda a day, how much it will cost me? Just me alone, and I want to emphasize that 35 pesos a day is not only for one person, it's for the entire family. Can you imagine that? Try to divide that. If you are five in the family, you're just spending 5 pesos or 7 pesos a day
Wow.
for the health of your entire family, not to mention the business attached to this wonderful machine.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you. Guys, I hope you guys guys, are y'all getting a lot of golden nuggets, a lot of value from this session today? If you do, give me a 5. Give me a 5 on the chat group there if you are having massive value, great golden nuggets from our amazing guest Ray Tocmo, from his experience. Awesome. Ray, can you see that? So many fives
Yeah.
are coming in. Massive value. Rosalingo. Wow. Awesome. Okay. My questions are done. Jeffrey, are there any questions from the floor for Ray?
Yeah, there are two questions, Ray.
All
First
right.
of all, is from Luis Belizon. Was there ever a time that was there ever a time you wanted to give up while doing the business here in Enagic? If yes, how did you overcome those challenges?
Great question. Thank you for that question. Actually, it's a normal business. I'm a normal human being, especially when tsunami came in the Philippines. Uh, Maybe a little background about me. I was like one of the builders in the Philippines, should I say. If I do business, I do network marketing, I'm always at the top 10, top 5 of the company as a top earner. That's my, not to brag about it, but that's my record prior. But some of them are like show. You buy your income, you buy your rank, and then just for show to it's like hype thing. But most of them are, it's really true. So there's always an offer. It's like sometimes pride will come up, right? So I can earn good at this company also. I have my people will always go with me wherever I go. So the network is my asset, not the company. So sometimes, so there's always a time like is this opportunity for me? Is Inagic really for me? So there's always a time like that. So that you have to battle with. But the point is, it's all about your why at the end of the day, and it pays to have a wife or a partner that will remind you. There's no such thing as Inagic. So because your wife or your partner will see how much money you are earning from this compared to this, right? So she will remind me
Like
always.
like the like a bird's eye view, right? Like a third party's eyes on it, right?
My wife is always reminding when at some point when I like do some project to survive way back, and then my wife said, "Go back to Enagic. There's no such income as big as Enagic can give us," like that. By the way, my wife is a banker. She's watching us right now. So live.
Your wife, Jinsel, is also a 6A something, right? 6A2?
Yeah, our second account.
Wow. Guys, there's a 6A2 and a 6A222, 6A2 and a 6A22 here. Amazing. Yeah. So what's the second question, Jeffrey?
From Jason Ong. When you forward people Kangen video, how do you prevent people from being influenced by inaccurate information when they Google?
Yeah. So to answer that question, there is always a negative review. Even if anything in the internet has a negative review. So it's a matter of hundreds of thousands of good review versus one negative review. Which are you taking? Which one are you listening? So it's like that. So like if I have leaders who will like, my brother is a doctor, my sister is a doctor, and my sister said alkaline water is not good, you cannot drink it. But then my counter to that if this is this one doctor, a brother or a sister of yours, will tell me not to drink Kangen water, versus this 6,500 doctors who are telling me that this water is very good. This cardiovascular surgeon, horse filcher, this Dr. Shinya are telling that this water is good. My question to you is, who do you think will I listen to? So it's about weighing. There's always a negative review. It's the truth of life, right? Even how good you are, based on what you know about yourself, there will always come a time that somebody will just throw something at you, bad at you, because not you don't deserve it, but life is just like that. So there's always a negative review. Best if you can have this literature ready. Like if there is a negative review about this, I will send like the video of Dr. Shinya, the video of what doctors say about Kangen water. There's Dr. Michael. This to counter those negative reviews about Kangen.
I think, yeah, Ray, I think you got a point there. You know, this world is full of many different opinions. And sometimes we just need to be smart enough to filter out what is right and wrong. I mean, like even in my case, you know, most of y'all know, if y'all follow me on Facebook, I always post a lot of motivation stuff, inspiration stuff, you know. Many times I get a lot of good comments, a lot of good reviews, but guess what? There are some days that I've been they call it internet bashers, right? I've been written some really nasty messages, you know. But do you think it will stop me? No, I know what I'm doing. It's not that I'm doing things that's hurting people. So yeah, like what but Jason, your question is very valid, you know. Sometimes people get put off when they see things like that. I got a lot of people who says no out when they said yes initially, and then they saw bad reviews, and then ultimately they say no. But I think at the end of the day, we can't win all the battle. Am I right, Ray?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we can do our best. But again, right? Ultimately, it is still our boss on top. That calls all the shot. You know, we do our best. We just learn the best. We learn. We try. You know, we make mistake. We try to change. But ultimately, everything will goes as it's supposed to be. Yeah. All right.
So by the
Awesome.
way, it's all about to answer what did I do? The
Yes.
first question, way back to the first question, I always go back to my why.
Right.
Why I started this business anyway. It's all about what I want, the why behind, the freedom I want, the great life I want. That I believe this Enagic company is a great, if not the greatest, the great vehicle for our dreams. It's a very good platform. If you want a great life, if you want to experience time and money freedom like what Gary, our top leaders are experiencing, then uh, the results are already there. You can see them. So what else could you ask, right? All you have to do is write the story, that next chapter of our Enagic journey. And time will come, we can reach the chapter, the level, the chapter that they are enjoying right now. So that's
Okay. Thank you so much, Ray, for your time. Before we go, I believe everybody has learned so much from you. So they've got so much value. Just one last word to close today's session. Let's say to the new people who also want to aspire to get the same results to like you. What is your one last message to these people, you know, in this
uh,
business?
there, we always want to be on the point where we can experience freedom, right? So it's like from point A, where we are right now, to point B, where you want to go. In between, we need a vehicle. We need a vehicle for us to carry us to that destination, should I say. And based on my experience for the past 17 years in the network industry, 10 years prior to Enagic, I cannot find such beautiful as Enagic vehicle has to offer for each one of us. The 47 years old company, amazing product, OEM, original equipment manufacturer, no competition, high ticket sales. You will not waste so much time because you will be paid huge sum of money by doing it. It's worth your time, worth your effort. And I am inviting everyone to take a deeper look. You ask your upline, you ask upline of your uplines, do some thorough study about the complan, the product, do some education, and I want you to be that to get the informed opinion for you to really do all out with this magic journey. If you are planning to start, if you are going to restart all over to reignite your passion, your fire in doing this business, I want you to have the facts, the data that you need. Of course, they're available out there. So, but this company is really amazing. In fact, to inspire you, my goal is to make our first account a dash tree in a year time. That's my goal. And a year after, I want the second account to be a dash tree also. So that's what I have said. The rise and fall of the organization lies in the leader. So I am the leader of my own group. So it's up to me if I will allow this group to fail or allow this group to move forward. So just just reignite the fire. That fire is contagious. People will see your passion, your zeal, and eventually they will be like a shoe, and then enjoy the journey. It's a journey. It's not always, easy, smooth. It's a roller coaster journey, but at the end of the day, you will enjoy the ride. That's for sure. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, let's give Ray Tocmo a big round of applause. Amazing. Thank you so much, Ray. As I mentioned this morning, you saved the day. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And thank you also for spending your time to share with me, to share with the rest of them here on Zoom as well as on Facebook Live. Some of the tips, some of the questions that people always have, you know. But ultimately, guys, what I want to say is today you have learned something. I hope today you have learned something new. You have learned something that's very good for your business. But more important, what I want you to do after this, or what I would appreciate you all to do after this is, after this thing, put at least one or two of the things that you learn. Of course, if you can put everything is the best, but at least one or two things that you learn from Ray, put it into action, into consistent, massive action. Because only from knowledge plus action that will give you the result. Okay, guys. So I want to say we are not here to entertain. Okay, if you want to seek entertainment, go to Netflix or go to movies. We're not here to entertain. We are here to educate, to give you some pointers so that you can also succeed. And our success will really, really depend on your success. You know, I hope one of these days you will write me a comment, send me a comment, a chat, or whatever it is to tell me that, you know, from what you learned today and what you did after this, that get you the results that you are looking for in your Energic business and in your life. All right, guys. So we are done for today. Please stay tuned. Okay, stay tuned next month for another great interview with the stars. I will reveal who will be the next interview with the star next month in the month of July through the Kangen Power Team International Facebook page and our groups. So stay tuned with the upcoming announcement. Okay, you guys have been awesome. You guys have been supporting this event. You have been supporting me from day one. You know, this interview with the stars has already hit its 2 years anniversary. It's already 2 years. You know, time just flies so fast. We started this interview with the stars using Zoom way back before even the COVID-19 hits, way back before people even know about Zoom conference meetings. So I'm so appreciative. I thank God. I thank all of y'all for all your unwavering support towards us and me, and as well as Kangen Power Team. All right, so guys, what I'm going to do now is what Jeffrey is going to do now is he's going to unmute all of y'all, or allow y'all to unmute, so that you guys can say a big thank you to our star, our man of the hour today, Ray Tajora Tocmo. All right, guys. So are you guys ready? Thank you, Ray.
Thanks, Ray.
Thanks, Gary. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray. Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Ray,
Very
Gary, and
good.
Jeffrey.
Selamat po.
Yeah.
Terima kasih. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Malo, for staying up with us. Thank you, Malo. You can go to sleep now.
I will use
Thank
my
you,
beauty water.
Kuniko-san, for everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Bye
you.
bye everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Akon.